I'm back, and I'm going to apologize if I have to cut out because the dogs, I thought we were lucky. I thought we were going to have peace and quiet out here, but apparently if the coyotes or the wind blows some way, these guys go crazy. So today I'm going to show you, get my little sample out here, that I've made for an additional, so I've made these books for my craft fair, and inside I put one of these. Okay? And it's very easy to do it. You probably could just take cardstock and do it. And if you want me to show you how I did this, just let me know in the comments below. But actually it was, oops, upside down. It's one of those things that sort of recycling. Now, I don't know if any of you have ever gotten samples from your representatives that are like Mary Kay people. Yes, I happen to be a Mary Kay person, and I've had all these samples, and sometimes the whole, we use the color cards to, when we do our sample, you know, when you do the facials and you show everyone how to use the skincare, and then you can let them have one of these, and that gives them a chance to go out with some makeup on. It's also a way to introduce yourself to other people. You can put your business card on here. But I've had so many, and I'm not really good at selling Mary Kay, can I tell you? So the other day I found, when we were moving in, I found a whole load of them, and I was like, oh, that's right, I have these. And what I did is I took off, now these do not go to waste because put them on the side and I use them. I paid for these. These aren't like, there we go. They're not like I stole these samples from somebody. And I make sure that we use the score lines and get these prepped. See how I folded them in already? So these are all ready to go. And then I put score tape on here. Now I have score tape that I purchased from Paper Phenomenon. You can also get this from Amazon. There's tons of places you can get this kind of tape, but I happen to like it. You don't have to use just this tape. I certainly feel like the tape is a better call than, say, just the glue, because it is shiny, and I want, since they're going into a craft fair, I certainly want everything to look and be sturdy, you know, and as long as the edges are done, right, and it's really quick, and quick is best because we're talking about making a lot of them. And like I said, since I'm not very good at selling Mary Kay, all of this would go to waste. Now, I'm sure I could probably find another outlet for them, but this is what I came up with. And I was sitting here thinking, oh, I'd like to put in a little added piece in here, and trying to think of something that you all would be interested in seeing. So, okay. So we have this all done. Oh, there they go. One day I looked out and they were yelling because the Roadrunner was going by. Turning this over. And just putting that down. Now, excuse me. Okay, so the measurement is 2.5 by 4. And I already had pre-cut some of the pictures I wanted to use. I have this leftover Christmas pack. It's vintage looking, and so it was very, very old. I think you can see that. And I liked having the pictures on there. So I'm combining two different ones. These are from one pack, and this is from the vintage pack. Let me show you the other pictures they have. You may recognize it. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put like this. And this will go on the other side. So let's do this part. I want to be careful I go next to, not on top of the score line that's over here. I'm going to push that down. And it's as simple as that. Trying to find my little X-Acto knife from last night, and it's nowhere to be found. Oh, there it is. It's hiding. I don't know if any of you have had to deal with traveling or moving and bringing your whole... I have had such a hard time getting everything organized. I have a nice big space, but I'm also trying to get ready for the craft fair, and I find that I'm lost. I do beading at night, and I do this kind of stuff during the day, unless something, well, like I wasn't, I was rear-ended, and it was really not fun. Let's just put it that way. It was not fun. I'd had headaches and all sorts of, my back was bothering me. So I would lay down. A lot of stuff didn't get done. I didn't get to start with you guys, so I felt kind of bad about that. But anyway, we're back. And I find that when I go to, I'll put something down, and I'll come back to find it, and I'll be like, I know I had it here, where'd it go? And I'll search, and I'll move things, and I'll search and search, and then I'll just give up and start something else, and then I'll end up looking, and all of us, there it is in a box right next to where I thought it was, only I didn't catch it. Oh, I don't know why that is. All right. So, we do have, I'll get that ready. We do have some overage, as you can probably see it. If you are doing it, probably the best thing, since I'm kind of rushing through this, is to just be really very vigilant about it. Now, what I've been doing, if I find I have one side a little longer than the other, I just take my X-Acto knife and a straight edge, and I very gently just follow it down. And more times than not, it comes right off. My razor might need to be changed. Could be sticking on the mat too because it is sticky. Looks like it is. There we go. See? Do the other side. Right here. Best way to do it is to make sure you have that straight edge. This has a really nice cushiony, keeps it from sliding. I got this as a gift from Fire Mountain Gems, which I really appreciated. So I've had one for a long time. They gave it to me a long time ago, and I just got a second one, so I'm so excited about that. So I have a second one I can lose. Alright, so that's not too bad. Now I wouldn't cut down any further than that, because if there is any stickies, it's really not going to bother anything. So the next thing is I want, now, could do that, which is okay. I was kind of liking this. I like that. So with that, you could always just use your glue. Here, I'll get the glue out. This one was tricky. I just bought this because it had the narrow nose and looked like I could refill it, but it was tricky to figure out how to open it. See, it's got a nice small there we go. Now, what I do when I have some glue coming out like that, I take a cloth, not paper, a cloth. And this one is about ready to go into the laundry because it's got a lot of sticky. Only because the paper gets stuck to the glue, and then you got one hell of a mess. I was taught by, I don't remember who taught me how to do this. You go in maybe a little bit around the edges, so if you're not right on the edge, but you're close to it, so that when you spread it, it'll spread out. So there's that. I'm going to turn it over in the right direction. And I'll put this one here. Isn't he adorable? I think he's cute. I like the vintage ones, I think because they remind me of when I was a young person and my mom was still around and she would decorate. And I just loved when the decorations came out. I absolutely loved them. And they were, you know, like from the 50s, the glass ones, and my big fantasy, I don't want to say fantasy, but here we go. And then I got this on sale. It is a Martha Stewart, sorry, stamp that was on sale. I had these two. So I took them, and on the other one, it was on, this is cardstock. It was just craft paper, and I was able to bend these over, and it looked kind of like a frame. So this time I'm going to try to do something else. I think I'd like to try to make it into where I can place them like the picture corners, old-fashioned picture corners, which was something that was also a big thing when I was a kid. And when I say a kid, I really mean a child, a very small person. I think I was 4 or 5 when this stuff was done. And everybody would take their picture corners and put them into photographs, and it is like you had to lick the stamps. It was horrible. It's absolutely horrible. It was disgusting. Oh, I wasn't thinking this, but it could be interesting. Just like that. Gives an indication for a I don't even know if I'm in your vision. So the thing with the corners, it just makes it very clear that you could put a picture there. I'd love to get a stamp that said place photo here. That would be nice, but I've spent quite a few pennies recently to get my stuff together for the craft fair. Alright, so see, I think that looks kind of cool, doesn't it? I think it does. So I'm going to place these here. As with everything else, we always say when we're making these things, you can do whatever you like. And I think there's no reason to say that, because I think most crafty people know that, and they go off and do their own thing. You don't really need to tell people you can do your own thing, unless of course they're the non-crafters who are trying to follow things exactly because they're fear of not duplicating. And if that's the case, then seriously, be kinder to yourself. Because sometimes you make an adjustment and it's even better. I'm so glad they're not yelling as much as they were before. I started this video and I had to shut it down because they were just horrible. I've stopped going to see what was going on because it was, they're annoying. So see? I don't think that's too bad, do you? I think it's kind of cool. So I'm going to do this on this side, and then over here, and then we'll make a belly band. So I will be right. So I had some things that came in the mail, and I had this craft paper in it. It's thicker, a little thicker than a construction paper, but it's really nice. So I measured, and I think it's 1 inch all around, 1 inch this way. And I don't want it to be too tight, but we don't want it so loose that it falls out. So I'm just going to give a little pinch here. This is my placement, and then just going to put a little glue on this. I can remember what I did with it. There it is. Get this out of my way. Okay. And just spreading it on both sides. Perfect. Slide that up and down. Let's get this here. And so the next thing is something to put on that. Oh, there goes Lacey. I had picked up these things at Costco. Really cute, but I knew I was not going to use them the way they were intended to be used, and that's okay because I'm all right with that. It has a perfect piece to go right there. I'll do it that way. Okay. Just like that. And a little glue. I'll be ready to go. Spread it around. Bring it down a little bit. And there it is. I hope you like this. And if you do get a chance to take one of your samples that you're able to do, I'd love to see what you make out of it. Clue me in and let me know. And I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.